This one was really interesting to me too. He talked about the draft process and the draft board. Let's listen again to Andrew Berry. And I found this one really interesting.
Yeah, I think the draft process is just as much of a selection process. It's also an elimination process. At this point in time, we've gone from about 1,100 prospects in late August that we knew we needed to get familiar with both on and off the field, to a draft board containing 168 players, 114 of which we view as draftable, and another 54 that we view as priority free agents. We use the term collaborative around here a lot, as you guys know, and I think the draft process is, very symbolic of it, because there are a number of groups across football operations that contribute very heavily for us to build our board.
Jeff, I was surprised at how few people are on their draft board as draft eligible. Did that ring into your ears as well?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's shocking. The fact that they started out with over 1,000 is also shocking. I'm a bigger draft nerd than most people are. I've been doing this for a very long time. I looked at maybe 500 people this year, and most years I don't top 600. So the fact that they almost doubled that, obviously they have a robust scouting staff, but still whittling it down that far, that tells you, A, that this isn't necessarily a strong draft, and I would agree with that assessment with Barry. But B, the fact that they're really picky. They have certain guidelines, guardrails, as Barry in the past has called them, that they have to fill. And there's apparently a lot of prospects that will fill a lot of those on other teams that will not fit in Cleveland. And the fact that they have so many priority free agents after that, it means that A, my Saturday night's going to be very busy after the draft is over, and B, that we're going to have to do a lot more research on some of these guys and figure out why necessarily they didn't fit the Browns profile when the Browns bypass them to take a guy that you might not know as well, that I might not know as well. We're going to have to explain that to fans. So, well, maybe this guy just didn't fit what they're looking for, either schematically or culture-wise or age-wise. There's any number of factors that they use to limit their draft board, and they clearly they cut a lot this year. There's not a lot of prospects to choose from. There's 200 and I think there's 272 picks or something like 278 maybe, and there's only 114 on their board. Obviously, they don't pick in every round, but they do have one of those picks at the very end of the board. I wonder if they will still have any of their 114 available when they pick. I believe they have the third to last pick in the draft. Be interesting to see if they have to choose someone that was going to be a priority free agent, or if they trade out if they don't have anybody else that they want to draft.
The other thing I think it says is they know what type of player they want, and that hasn't been the case Definitely. Here in quite a while.
Yeah, they clearly have ideas for exactly what they want at what positions. They have players identified already. That's very good. They're clearly prepared. I wouldn't expect anything less out of Andrew Berry and Paul DePodesta and this team. They're a fully functionally professional group, and that's also something we've not had a lot of in Cleveland. Not a lot of experience with, unfortunately. Again, it's just so much fun to go into a draft understanding that the team. It's going to be hard for them to screw this up, really. And in the past, there's so many times where, oh my God, don't, no. And we're not like that at all this year. There really isn't anybody that I could feasibly see them taking that I'd, want to throw myself into Lake Erie for.